Hello everyone, in my today's tutorial we are going to knit this cute little hat with kitten ears. The hat is really soft, it is made for a child, so I used mink yarn. The size is adjustable, you can adjust for any size that you want. So let's start. The material we need is this mink yarn. If you buy this brand, you get one of these too. And also it's 50 gram and 350 meters. You need a tape measure too and knitting needles number 4. The yarn is too thin for us, so we need to triple it. I fold it like that, and here I have a loop. And I extend this thread through this loop like that. So every time it finishes, you can extend here again, and basically you get a 3 thread yarn, which would be really comfortable for us. And also we add this thread like here, and basically this is the yarn that we are going to work with. To cast 88 stitches, so let's start. So I've casted on 88 stitches plus 2, one for the beginning of our row and one for the end. Now we need to knit 8 rows with knit stitches, and the first is gonna be a slip stitch. I've knitted the row with knit stitches, then I just turn it and continue the row with the knit stitches. So the first one is slip, I've knitted 8 rows with knit stitches. It is around 2.5 centimeters. Then we are going to knit 5 centimeters with a stockinette stitch. For that, we are going to alternate knit stitch and purl stitch. Let's do it with me. Here I finished the row with knit stitches, then I turn it and I continue knitting with purl stitches. The first is going to be a slip stitch, then I knit purl stitches, I have finished this row with purl stitches, then I turn and I'm gonna knit this row with knit stitches. When I finish the row with knit stitches, I turn around and I continue knitting with purl stitches. I alternate these rows with knit stitches and purl stitches until I get 5 centimeters. I have knitted around 5 centimeters with stockinette stitches. Yes, it's around 5.5 centimeters. And to start knitting our ears, we need to divide our knit into 3 parts. So the middle part is gonna be around 26 stitches. which is the 30% of our all stitches, and the side parts are gonna be 31 or 32 stitches. To mark them, I'm gonna use this pin. I've marked my stitches, so in the middle 26, on the side 32 stitches each. Also, I need to mark one more stitch around here and one here. And I'm gonna knit until this stitch, and then I show you what we are going to do. So I'm getting close to the marker. This is our first marker, and between this stitch and the first marker, I pick up this stitch here, put it on the needles, and I'm gonna knit it like that. It's a bit tight, so I knit it to the right. Then I put this marker on the right needle, knit this stitch, then change the marker again, and here I pick up another stitch, put it on the marker, and I knit it like that to the left. So here we've started to knit our ears. Then I knit this middle part until I get to these markers, and I'm gonna do the same. So here I do the same. I pick up this stitch, put it on the left needles, then I'm going to knit it. It's a bit tight again here. We need to cross this stitch and put it to the left. Then change the marker again. Knit this middle stitch, change the marker, and pick up the other stitch and knit it to the left, like that, and continue knitting with neat stitches. We pick up the stitches only on this side of our knitting, so it's knit side and it's gonna be the purl side. Here we just knit these picked up stitches with a purl stitch, and here we pick it up on this side. So here we have reached this stitch that we picked up in a previous row. On this side it is like that. Here we just need to knit this stitch with purl stitch, like that. Then we change our marker, knit that, change again, and knit the other picked stitch like that. Here, nothing special. So basically we add stitches, we pick up stitches on this side of our work. On this purl side, we don't pick up any stitches, so only on this side in every row. We need to knit 22 rows. Basically, in 11 rows, we pick up these stitches. So 11 rows with this knit, and on this side we don't pick up anything. So I basically knit the same at these marks, and on the other side I pick up stitches again. I've knitted 11 rows on this side and 11 rows from that side. It's gonna be around 22 rows, and it is almost 6.5 centimeters. I wanted my ears to be shorter. If you want your ears to be longer, you can knit some more rows, increasing these stitches. And let's see what we have here. So this is gonna be our ears, and we need to close the ears from that side. To do that, we need to count 11 stitches from that side and 11 stitches from here. And from that side, we count 11 stitches. We don't count this braid here. So this is what we have here, 11 from this side and 11 from that side. We start counting from these markers. We do not count these middle braid here. So I've knitted this whole row until our first marker. I put it on the other needle and continue knitting until this second marker here. So basically the first. So I came to the first marker from this side, and here you see a braid. It's the middle of our ear, and to close our ear, we are going to decrease our stitches on each side. So I take off this marker and this marker. And to decrease our stitches, I knit this stitch from the braid with the next stitch as one, like that. Then I need to turn around. I take off the first stitch here. And next, I'm gonna knit these two next stitches as one, as a purl stitch. Like that. Then I turn around again, take off our first stitch from this side, and knit this stitch with this stitch as one. Then I turn around again, take off the first stitch, and knit these 2 stitches as one. I continue doing like this until I get 1 stitches on each side before the marker. So finished decreasing, and this is our ear. There are 2 stitches left on between the markers. So I turn around. Then I need to complete our decreasing, and here I just take off this stitch, and I need to knit this stitch and the first stitch after the marker as one with a purl stitch. So I take off the pin, I knit it as one, so this is what we have here. We need to count these stitches. We need to have 31 or 32, basically the first amount of stitches that you had before you started knitting the ears. So now we are going to knit until the next marker and create the second ear the same as the first. So I've came to the second ear and the first pin here. I just take them off for me to be easier. And I knit this stitch with the next stitch on the left. So basically the first stitch from our braid here. Then I turn around, take off the first stitch and knit these 2 stitches together as one. We've finished knitting our ears. Now we are going to knit the back side of our head. To do that, we need to decrease the stitches from side parts of our head. To do that, I've divided the stitches from these 2 parts into half. So basically it's 15 stitches here and 15 stitches here until this first marker. And here we have 26 stitches. It's the 30% of our knitting. And now we are going to knit until this first marker. And I'm going to show you how we decrease our stitches. Here I have 1 stitch before the marker and 15 stitches after the first marker. Basically between the marker I have 15 stitches. I need to decrease them all. To do that, I knit first last stitch before the marker and the first stitch after the marker as one. Then I turn around, I knit this row until this stitch, so 1 stitch before the marker. I do the same here. I take this marker off. and I need these 2 stitches as one. So basically we need to decrease 1 stitch from this side, from the purl side stitches, and at the end of this row we decrease 1 stitch from here. So basically at the end of each row on each side we decrease 1 stitch here and 1 stitch here. I finished decreasing the stitches on each side, so this is what we get. Now our task is to decrease stitches in the middle. To do so, we need to knit this 2nd and 3rd stitch from the middle as one, and these 2 stitches as 1, 2. We continue decreasing the stitches from the side, but we decrease the stitches in the middle only every 3rd or every 4th row. We need to decrease only on this side. We do not decrease the middle stitches on that side here, only from here. Let's start. Two as one. So we need these stitches together. We decreased this side and this side of our middle stitches, and then here we continue decreasing the sides in each row, so we need these 2 as one as well. Then turn around, knitting this side, decreasing side stitch together. Then we turn around, and on next row we do not decrease any stitches, so we decrease only in the 3rd or in the 4th row. So here we knitted these 2 stitches as one in the beginning and at the end. Now we can stitch these 2 as one again and continue knitting. These 2 as one again and decreasing here. So we turn around, knit this side, decrease only these 2, then we turn around, and we can skip the next decreasing on the middle. It is your choice, you can choose however you feel, but I'm going to skip the next row here. Finished decreasing the middle part and side parts. I didn't decrease the middle part in every row. It depends on you how wide you want this part, so you can control yourself in which row you decrease and which row you don't. Now you should remember that the side parts should be decreased in every row, but the middle part is up to you, depends on the width of this middle part here. Now we need to make a border. To do that, we need to do like that. Here I finished picking up the stitches on this side. Then I do like that. And I'm going to pick the stitches from this side here. So we're finished picking up the stitches. Now we are going to knit around 3 centimeters with stockinette stitches. So we do like this until the end of the row, then we turn around and knit with purl stitches like here and like that around 3 centimeters. We have 3 centimeters stockinette stitches here. Now we need to close it like that to make a space for our ties. To do so, I'm going to take another pair of needles. It is better to be round needles. The size doesn't matter. I have a smaller size. And now we are going to pick up these stitches from here. So we have this braid. And we need to pick up the stitches like that. So here we pick up around 7 stitches, depends on how wide this part is. We pick up, we draw a line here, just visually. We pick up the stitches here and finish here on this side. So I've picked up 7 stitches, then I continue picking up right here. I picked up the stitches until the end. Now we are going to connect this part and this part together. So to do so, I take the other side of a needle, connect it like that, and we are going to knit 2 stitches as one. For me to be easier, I change this first stitch and I put it on the other needle, and I knit these 2 as one. So again, I knit this and this as one. So you can put this stitch on the other needle for you to be easier. I'll try to do it without changing it. And to close the row, I put this stitch on that stitch with the help of this needle like that. So let's try to do it once again. Again, I put this one on the other side, like that, to close the row. I've almost finished closing this row, and here I have 2 stitches, and on that needle I have just 1. It is better to have the same stitches on this side and on that side that we closed, but I didn't count, so I'm going to knit all 3 together. So for me to be easier, I just change the position. I put all these 3 here, and I'm going to close it as 1. So, and again, put that one on this. And I've basically closed this part. So I closed that part here. I made a knot here for it not to open. So it looks like that on the other side. And now we can hide these threads. I'm going to use that hook to do that. So I just need to do like that. There is also an option to hide it in this space, in that place here. So I'm going to put the hook right here and hide it like that. And I'm going to basically cut that so it's gonna stay there. I'm gonna hide this extra thread in this place, just using the hook. Take that side. Place it in here and just cut it. And now we are going to create a thread, and later we are going to stretch it out from that space here. So I want a thin thread, so I took smaller size needles. It's important the needles to be round. And let's start. I'm going to need 3 stitches, just 3. 1, 2, and 3. If you want your thread to be not that thin, you can cast on more stitches. So here we are going to stitch, we are going to knit all 3 stitches with stockinette stitch. So the first one as well. Then we slide our work to the other side, and we need our thread to be at back, and again we knit the first one, then the second, and the last with stockinette stitch. So again, we slide to the other side. Thread is in the back. Again, stitch with stockinette. Stitch here, we need like that. Sew and slide again. You continue stitching knitting like that, and until you get the right length that you need. Here I've knitted 80 centimeters of this cord. Now I'm closing that. And now I need to put it in here, in this space. I'm going to do it like that. I need this pin. And I'm going to put it through that place. So this is our cord, our tie. So that's our result. We can change the size like that. It's gonna be smaller. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it really helpful. If you have any questions or suggestions for future knitting tutorials, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, and happy knitting until the next time. Goodbye.